Jacinda Ardern.
Thank you, Mr Speaker. My question is to the Prime Minister and asks, does he stand by his statement that, quote, the government's been doing what it can practically to stimulate the economy and to create jobs?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, yes, the government has been doing what it can to promote a low inflation environment, make sure the New Zealand economy is internationally competitive and make sure that it's an efficient use of resources.
Jacinda Ardern.
To the Prime Minister, is he concerned that Australia's lower unemployment rate of 4.9% and forecast growth of 500,000 new jobs over the next 2 years will see the record number of Kiwis leaving for Australia set in May this year increase in the future?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Mr Speaker, I think if one was to raise the top personal rate, to whack on a capital gains tax and to discourage investment, that would definitely be the case.
Jacinda Ardern. Order.
Does Australia have a capital gains tax?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, yes, and that's because the top personal rate is set at 45% and the company rate is set at 30%, and they've had to buttress a capital gains tax in there to stop people otherwise organising their what are hideously complex affairs.
Jacinda Ardern.
Supplementary to the Prime Minister.
Order. I've called Jacinda Ardern.
Does he agree with Australia Prime Minister Julia Gillard's analysis that investment in skills training is vital to growing an economy and creating jobs? And if so, why has his government cut skills funding by $140 million in the last 12 months?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
The reason funding was cut in certain areas was because there was a very low completion rate in courses, and this government is not the sort of government like the previous Labor government was, that's quite prepared to throw money at things that are completely hopelessly failing and not working.
Jacinda Ardern.
To the Prime Minister. Does he stand by his statement in February 2008 that, quote, New Zealand is already struggling under a skills shortage and this exodus to Australia will add to those worries, close quote? If so, how deep are his concerns now that this exodus is almost 7% higher than when he made that comment?
The Right Honourable Prime Minister.
Speaker, yes.
Before I go to question number 8, can I simply say to Paul Quinn at the back of the House there that some of those interjections do not add anything. Question number 8, Dr. Russell Norman.